Maybe this will help to render the scratch invisible. Oops! Oh, rats, I spilled a little from the bottle. I hope it won't show too much. But it still looks a whole lot better now. Hello. You still look pretty depressed.
Don't I have every reason?
Look at the bright side. Here you are, sitting in this lovely park. Okay, lovely, maybe stretching it a bit, but, well, just look at the bright side.
You sure know how to cheer a guy up.
Yes, so I've been told. I've heard that fountain over there is a magic wishing well. People used to come from all over to toss in a coin and make a wish. Maybe you should give it a try.
If you only knew the things I have tried already.
It's still worth a try, though, don't you think?
Just for a brief glimmer of hope that is going to be drowned by a whole deluge of disappointment the very next second?
That negative attitude isn't helping, you know.
That is what my shrink kept telling me for years.
She was right. But why is she no longer saying it?
Because she is being treated herself now for chronic depression.
What this guy needs is a serious miracle. I've fixed your car. You can hardly see the scratch now.
Do you enjoy kicking a man when he is already down?
What? I really did fix your car. It may not be perfect, but considering what I had to work with, it's not a bad job.
Why would you do that? Why would my luck suddenly turn around and smile on me and send me an angel?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just having a particularly friendly and helpful day.
Very likely that. Just do me a favor and stop trampling my feelings. It would have to be a miracle if anything that could happen to me. And miracles don't happen just like that.
But
Please!
The poor guy is so despondent that he cannot even imagine why someone would simply want to do him a favor. He seems in dire need of a miracle. If I go away now and promise to come back soon, will you promise not to do anything stupid while I'm gone?
Sure, I wouldn't even have the energy.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
You don't seem to have much luck. Maybe you should give the wishing well a try.
Wishing well? Yeah, right. Nobody believes in that kind of thing these days.
You know what they say? Faith moves mountains.
Oh, sure. And the early bird catches the worm. I can really do without your words of wisdom.
Maybe we should just give it a go. I think this might be a good investment for my 5 cents. I can always fish them out again. This round is on me. You'll never know if you don't try.
Mamma mia!
Right, this should be interesting. I just made a wish for that scratch to disappear from your car.
If that works, then... baloney.
Won't you take a look at least?
This is a total nonsense. But I was just about to check on the car anyway, so... The scratch is almost gone.
You see? The wishing well is working after all.
But the scratch still shows a little. And there are some weird stains now.
What did you expect? I only threw in 5 cents. Naturally, that only buys you a very small miracle. A larger sum might bring on a bigger miracle.
You are right. It's worth a try anyway. Wait a moment. I will be right back. Well, have the scratch and the stains disappeared now?
Not really.
Typical. That's a 10 cents gone down the drain.
10 cents? That wasn't very generous of you.
It's twice as much as you paid.
Well, maybe the wishing well feels you're playing games, so it's taking its sweet time over that miracle you wanted.
Could be. I am going to stay here and wait for the miracle to happen. I will probably just be disappointed again, but it's not like I have anything better to do.
Good luck, then. What an investment. 200% return in a matter of minutes. Once I'm done saving the world, I'm going to write a book about investment strategies. Thanks. I don't need a bath right now. There was a time when 5 cents bought you a whole pack of gum. I traded in most of my fortune for a piece of gum. Let's hope that was a worthwhile investment. A lot of advice to citizens, telling them how to behave in the event of problems, accidents, emergencies, assaults, disasters. A drunk tank. And back there, in the wall, is one of the stones I am looking for, if I'm not mistaken. A drunk tank. It is empty, and there appears to be nothing special about it. There. Getting in there shouldn't be easy now. Hello, I've got a question.
Yes?
That cell over there, the one on the right, could I take a look inside it?
The drunk tank? What for? You are not drunk, are you?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, why don't you just think it over?
Yes, I'll do that. Hello,
Yes?
that cell over
The drunk tank?
Yeah, I'm totally smashed.
Really? Let me smell your breath then. Well, maybe you ought to change your mouthwash, but you're definitely not drunk.
Yuck, this stuff is disgusting. I spat it back into the bottle. It's safer that way. After all, I need a clear head. But I bet the horrible taste in my mouth will linger. If I want to get into the drunk tank with the blue stone, this might be a good time to demonstrate my superior acting skills.
Well, hello there, Purdy thing. I'm totally plastered, but I wanted to thank you so much.
Really? Let me smell your breath then. Ugh, that smells of cheap booze. But you don't really look drunk to me. I think we had better perform a blood test.
If we must.
Please, take a seat over there. I'm going to take a blood sample now. You will only feel a short sting. There, that was all. Not again. That will be my husband. He calls me every 20 minutes just to make sure I'm really working and not cheating on him. As if I had a chance of finding someone else the way I look. Please wait here. I'll be right back.
I need to think of something quick, or my little ruse will be exposed. I'm going to dilute my blood with a little alcohol. Then she will certainly have to put me in the drunk tank.
All right. So now we get to continue. I'm now going to put the blood sample in the analyzer. Your alcohol level is 0.37%. How do you manage to talk or sit up straight? And how come you're even still alive? But if anyone deserves to sober up in one of our cells, it's you. No doubt about that. Come along then. That's odd. The key won't go in. The lock must be blocked somehow. Good thing we have more than one drunk tank available. Please hand me your possessions. I will keep them safe while you're in here.
There seems to be another cell next to this one, a very musical one.
Hello. You play really well.
Thank you. I got a lot of time to practice.
Oh, how long have you been locked up here?
No idea. Is the war over yet?
Yes, and Napoleon has been banished to Elba. What did you do?
Oh, they accused me of all kinds of things. Actually, though, I am completely innocent.
Yes, I guessed as much.
Hey, you're not going to try and break out of that cell, are you?
Who, me? No, wouldn't dream of it.
Good. In that case, don't let me hear any more scratching and scraping.
Hello? Are you there?
Yes, you're lucky to catch me in. I was just about to go shopping.
Could you do me a favor and play your harmonica some more?
You mean you want me to use my musical star performance as a cover-up? So you can scrape away at that wall?
To be absolutely honest, yes.
Just my luck. I finally get a bit of company, and already you're talking about leaving again.
Sorry, but I've got some really important things to see to.
Never mind. But before you leave, at least do me a favor and solve a little riddle for me. I just love riddles, you know.
Is that really necessary?
Yes,
All right then, shoot.
I'm thinking of a 3-digit number. You need to guess which one. Don't worry, I will give you a few clues. The first digit is a number between 1 and 5. Take a good look around your cell. It doesn't matter how long you search, you will never find the answer. The second digit is simple. They have you trapped. It is an odd number, larger than 1. And finally, the last digit, definitely even, and also to be found in your cell. They all stand, but not all of them can walk.
What? Are you quite sane?
Yes, thanks for asking. Let me know when you think you have the answer.
I think I figured out the answer to your riddle.
I can hardly wait. The first digit is a number between 1 and 5. The riddle was, take a good look around in your cell. It doesn't matter how long you search, you will never find the answer. So, what is the first digit?
5.
And what was the second digit? The riddle was quite simple. They have you trapped.
9.
And the last digit? The answer to the riddle was in your cell too. They all stand, but not all of them can walk.
6.
Wow, I'm impressed. What a shame that this probably means I won't be able to enjoy your company much longer.
But you can be sure that you have my eternal gratitude.
Cut it out back there! How
zilch about art. You're a warden at heart.
I've got the stone. Now I need to get out of here.
What do you want?
I'm sober again.
Excuse me, that can't be. You had a blood alcohol level of 0.37% just now.
Something must have gone wrong with the blood sample. Either your measurement was wrong or the sample was manipulated.
Manipulated? By whom?
Search me. Anyway, I insist on a second test. And if that proves positive too, my lawyer will sue you for procedural error.
Procedural error?
Yes, no one but you can confirm that the blood test was carried out according to the proper procedure. There wasn't even a doctor present. You had no authority to take a blood sample.
What?
So, either you release me and fast, or I'll hit you with so many charges this place will be closed down in no time.
Close down? This is a police station.
Not for long.
With all those bike races and track and field events on TV these days, suddenly everybody is an expert on blood sampling. Come on, Elton, and don't show your face around here again. Oh yes, and don't forget your stuff.
This battered soccer ball makes a perfect container for water. Fill the entire fountain this way? Oh, joy. This will keep me on my feet for a while. All right, that should be enough. I think I will switch on the fountain. The water jet doesn't reach the ceiling. I suppose that would have been too easy. I had better switch that fountain off. All right, this plugged up one of the jets. I'm going to try and plug up one of the water jets with this candle. It worked. I even managed to plug up two of the jets at once. I think I will switch on the fountain. Yay, it worked. The water jet rinsed the crumbling paint off the ceiling. I had better switch that fountain off. Yes, I should be able to reach it that way, but I need to watch out so the stone doesn't fall on my head. That was a close one. seems to be an old map of what is France these days. There's a legend on the panel next to it. The king was in dire straits. He had withdrawn to Provence, and the options he had left did not bode well. The peasants were rising to the north, and the reinforcements from the Kingdom of Navarre, who had just crossed the border, were forced to go up against a massive fortress to the east. Meanwhile, his opponent sat back and eagerly watched the spectacle unfold from his country estate in Brittany. There are obviously still some stones missing from the mosaic. I don't even need to start figuring out the correct position. I inserted all the stones, but I suppose their exact placement makes a difference as well. What? A mechanical bridge emerging from the ceiling in a chapel that is 350 years old? Whatever lies behind this door, it must be invaluable. I can only hope and pray that this is Cardinal Coubertin's secret archive. Wow, what a sight! Latin. I learned some Latin in school, but not enough to read through a whole archive.
Remember, you've still got me. Just how did you do it?
To cut a long story short, I did really well.
Indeed, but I haven't been idle myself. I managed to obtain some information that should help us find the documents fairly soon. I cannot believe how well preserved these records are. We've got something right here, along with the Puritas Cordis documents that Brother Bernard sent to the Cardinal back in the 17th century. Let me recap what I have found out so far. It seems that Zendona returned from one of his pilgrimages to the Holy Land a changed man. Apparently, he had a vision during this journey. From then on, he was completely obsessed with founding a theocratic state.
Very modest.
Yes, but extremely convincing, as we know. He visited small villages as a preacher of repentance, warning the sinners that the day of judgment was nigh, and uttering dark prophecies.
Which he personally made come true. A reign of terror based on everyone's fear of the apocalypse.
Yes, and remarkably successful. His following grew almost by the hour, especially in rural areas. People flocked to him in droves. The harbingers of the apocalypse are listed here again. First pestilence and disease, then the punishment of the greedy, followed by war, earthquakes, fire, and a great flood.
We all know that, but what comes next?
The harbingers are supposed to make the rulers of the world gather in the New Babel and hold council. That's where Puritas Cordis is planning to destroy them one and all in order to create a new world order. The sect thinks it's of the elite of humanity.
The New Babel. What can that... New York! It could mean New York! Puritas Cordis wants to annihilate the UN General Assembly. We have to call my father. He
will go down, along with the rest of the unworthy ones. We represent the will of God. No one can stop us. Least of all you two. Come along.
Quick, run!
So we meet again, Ms. Kalenkow. You remember me, don't you? The charming barkeeper aboard the Calypso? But enough with the pleasantries. Regrettably, your continued attempts to stop us are about to come to an abrupt end.
No!
There goes another nuisance. Can we get going now, or would you rather follow your pal? No? All right, let's go then. We are taking a little trip to the countryside.
I've been stuck in this cell for hours, waiting for that Pat Shelton character to come back. Wish I knew what he wants with me, and how Nina is involved in all this. There's got to be some kind of connection to what happened in Indonesia. Okay, let me think. They deliberately caused a volcanic eruption, and I'm a witness. If I follow that thought through, I can't help but suspect they're probably none too eager to let a witness to their evil doings run around free. Which tells me this is not going to be a picnic. I'd better get out of here, and fast. The question is, how? I have got to find something to help me escape. Ugh, do I have to? Well, I guess so. If I manage to hit the trash picker and it falls in the right direction... Great, it worked. It's way too sturdy to tip over or destroy with a thin stick. It's way too... I just need to pull the door off its hinges and... Done. Right. All it takes now is opportunity, a firm whack, and fast legs.
Follow me. Pat Shelton wants to see you.
Uh-oh. Tackling two people with my stove door is out of the question. I should wait for a better opportunity.
I am so glad you could make it. There is something I would like to show you.
Nina!
Max!
Yes, Nina Kalenkow and Max Gruber. I would love to leave you to properly celebrate your reunion. We haven't got the time, I'm afraid. The reason for our little gathering is quite simple. There are some things you want to know and some things that I want to know. You claim it is a coincidence that while in two completely different parts of the world, you happen to develop an interest in the very same matter. How can you expect anyone to believe that? That would be highly unlikely, even if you were total strangers. But in your case, and your collaboration with David Correll of the Church Intelligence Service is certainly more than just coincidence. I don't know who you are working for, but you must know more than you have told me. A lot more. And yet, I'm sure you do not know everything. So let us make a deal. I will now show you what you want to know. You see, truth is like an eternal flame. You can try to conceal it, try to shade it, but it cannot be extinguished. And the truth has long stopped hiding its ugly face behind the veil of technology and progress. It shows its terrible grimace day by day. 660 children starve to death every hour. Millions of people slave away in horrible, degrading circumstances, while their bosses become richer and fatter all the time. The deserts are expanding, the polar caps are melting, the ozone hole is growing, the climactic catastrophe is at hand! Every day, we do our best to destroy our planet with all the powers at our command. Today alone, another 140 or so animal and plant species have become extinct.
I know, it's terrible. So, can you make this world a better place?
Yes, I can. Zandona was a great prophet. Too great for his time. His vision could not be brought to life in the 17th century. Today, things are different.
Vision? Zandona never had any visions. He was just a very sick man who wanted to destroy the world.
Destroy? How blind you are! He never wanted to destroy the world! He only wished to root out the evil that is responsible for all the destruction in our world. I will show you. This is La Palma, one of the Canary Islands, a paradise for sun-loving tourists. For us, the island holds quite another fascination, the Cumbre Vieja volcano. The brittle western slope of the volcano is covered in clefts and fissures where water has collected. And now for the interesting part. By placing several bombs in carefully calculated spots, we can use thermonuclear explosions to heat that water so that it will evaporate instantaneously. If you had paid attention in your physics classes, you would know that such a sudden evaporation of water would create sufficient pressure to shatter the volcano's brittle slope and send it crashing into the sea. Can you guess what comes next? That's right, a tsunami. Waves 200 meters high will charge across the Atlantic with the speed of an airplane. The tsunami will sweep across the east coast of the United States. New York will disappear in an apocalyptic flood, taking with it the self-proclaimed rulers of the world who are currently squabbling in blind incompetence at the UN headquarters. The resulting vacuum of power will be filled by our followers, some of whom have been biding their time in key positions for decades. They will take control and lead humankind to a new golden age.
Except for the people on the East Coast. I guess you won't be leading them anywhere.
Haven't you been listening to me? I told you this is about saving the world.
By leaving millions of people to drown? How is that saving them?
I am saving them from their own destructiveness. They would kill each other anyway, sooner or later. But in that case, not just a couple of million people would die, but the basis for our existence on this planet would be permanently destroyed. Don't you see? Those who hold the power in this world are leading us to our doom, day by day. But now, we have a chance of seizing this evil by the root and wiping it out, once and for all. Without its rulers, humankind will be as helpless as a flock of sheep without a shepherd. They will turn to God and to Puritas Cordis, for we are the ones who saw the catastrophe coming and who know how to avert any further disasters.
And nobody suspects that Puritas Cordis caused those disasters in the first place.
It does not befit the sheep to question the will of the shepherd. We will teach people to live devoutly. We will teach them the ways of Zandona, and we will welcome them to the new state of God. They will be led by our supporters, chosen from among the wisest of the wise and the most pious of the devout.
And what will your role be in that state?
Mine will be the voice that proclaims the will of God.
In other words, you will rule over all the rest. So this is really about power, as always.
Certainly, the power of the Lord. But that's enough of me, enough of us. I have fulfilled my part of the bargain and told you much that you probably did not know. At least, not in so much detail. Now it's your turn to uphold your end. Who are you working for? What do you know? Who else knows it, and how does the Church Intelligence Service mean to prevent the inevitable? We had an agreement! Talk!
Who are we working for? Church Intelligence Service? I don't know what you're talking about, but all that Zandona nonsense seems to have softened your brain. That's the only explanation I can think of.
I will not be made a fool of. Very well. You asked for it. You see the grave over there? It's fresh. All that's missing is a body. So, for the last time, what do you know? Who have you told? And what has the Church Intelligence Service got to do with it? If you think this is some kind of game, you are badly mistaken. A totally unnecessary death, brought on by your own foolish stubbornness. I shall give you some time to think about the error of your ways. Maybe you will be a bit more cooperative when we talk again. Take her to the cell.
Oh, what have I done? Max is dead. I should have prevented this. No matter how, I should have prevented it. I was the only one who could have averted this disaster. I could have saved my father. I could have saved Max. Yes, I could have. And what did I actually do? I am responsible for the death of David Corell, who died trying to help me escape. I sealed the fate of Max with a single wrong answer, and my father will be next. And what am I doing? Sitting here in a cell, waiting for it all to end. I hope it will be over soon.
Everyone should have their own stove door. It's a good thing I carry all kinds of stuff around with me.